Hello, everybody. I'm Raquel, and together with Videlina, we are the founders of Newborn Devi and a holistic program for mothers and women. Today, we are here because Videlina will tell us a little bit about her work. So, Videlina, she's not only my partner in this project, but she's also a good friend of mine. She's has an amazing energy. She's cares a lot about others. She's always looking for ways to improve herself and also to improve her job as a holistic coach. So please, Videlina, we would like to know a little bit more about you. So we know that you studied podoreflexology, neurographica, homeopathy, and you're now also taking classes in holistic wellness in postpartum. How do you combine this knowledge in your sessions, please?
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Raquel, for hosting, and first of all, for your kind and loving words. For me, I'm really thankful that I also have you as a friend and a partner in this project, and that this project feels so alive and developing the whole time, and we get new ideas. And yeah, thank you so much. I studied also iris diagnosis and phytotherapy. Added to that, also another school of homeopathy, because there are different schools. So not only classical homeopathy, but sensation method of Rajan Shankaran, who is an Indian doctor homeopath. And everything, all these disciplines, they're holistic. This is the main thing about them, and they are to take care of the whole human being, the totality of the human, in order to be able to thrive in its essence. And how I see it as the different fingers of one hand. The center still is homeopathy for me, because it is very deep method, and it's not actually alternative. It is holistic medicine, but nothing to do with alternative medicine, because it has its tradition. And vitroflexology, for example, it's unique because you work on a very small area of the human body, and you can still see such a tremendous effect on the totality of the human. For example, you can see how the breathing starts to regulate, the mood changes, the body and the nervous system relaxes, and people can improve their sleeping quality and so on. And that's why it's also even recommended to be done for cancer patients, because they need this type of to hold their feet. It gives also a lot of sense of security and groundedness and emotional relief, that there is somebody there to hold you. So this is the beautiful thing. So it's such a small area. Our souls, we never pay attention to, because we are all the time working on them, and it's a very, very sensitive area. Neurographica, it's such a deep method to work with unconsciousness, and I combine it together with the sensation method of homeopathy from Rajan Shankaran, because I see how the questions which Rajan Shankaran has developed to go into this invisible level of the human being, something which is back in the unconsciousness, it works very good with neurographic. So in this area, for example, when the person is very stressed, this is the time you can see when this unhuman or invisible nature comes out and reacts. And this is what we also search in homeopathy. We search for the unhumanic nature in the human being, and it can be from mineral, plant, or animal kingdom. And yeah, in postpartum wellness, it is everything for me, because it's the beginning of everything. It's where life begins, and the wellness of mothers is the most important thing. So it's amazing to combine all this knowledge and to bring it actually to mothers, and to go back to traditional midwifery and help cultivating a holistic culture for mothers and babies. And something else which I really wanted to add about classical homeopathy, it is Yeah, it is a little bit interesting because in Europe it is quite complementary. It's taken as you can take it together with your hand full of other medicine, maybe to help you, maybe not. Homeopaths in Germany, they are not really speaking up how good homeopathy is because there is this cloud of fear, let's say, how far we can be able to work with it. And in India, it's so different because it is already integrated in hospitals, and it's used for clinical cases, which is like really difficult cases when doctors, they don't have like normal traditional medicine, they don't have any solution for it. So it's really different.
That's very interesting. Yeah, thank you. I have to say that Videlina is not on my friend, my partner project, but I forgot to say that she's also my therapist because I have also tried all these methods with her. So it was quite amazing. I think my favorite is the Neurographica because I really think that it releases a lot of things when you with this technique. I really like it. So Videlina, one curiosity, most women, when they start working in groups for mothers, are because they have experienced motherhood and it has brought change in their lives. But you're not a mother yet and you don't intend to be in the next few years. So how did this desire to work with motherhood awaken in you?
Well, I can reply this question also with a question, and the question is why mothers start to meet up, communicate, and exchange after they give birth. And what comes to me is that in the past, this used to happen much more in advance, that women gather and then they speak about these topics and prepare themselves and live in the community and experience this. It's even the ritual of life as something really sacred. And nowadays it becomes the need because mothers at some point they start to feel alone and desperate, and they need this crazy searching for solutions because we live in another culture. We don't live our traditional natural way. We live in a culture which is not in our own tradition, which is making life to thrive and to support communities and people living together. So I find it very natural actually that these topics come to me in advance, also because of knowledge about holistic medicine. And I find it that it's extremely necessary I can't imagine to become a mother before going in all these topics that we also both went through. First of all, because our preparing to become mothers is happening already in the uterus of our grandmothers. So this is the natural life connection of generations. And we don't speak about it, we don't discuss it. And our culture, our generation, who now make children, we live so disconnected from these previous generations and from this knowledge and their experience. So it's like putting really something in front of our eyes and go blind and just give birth and then go crazy about it. And yeah, I find that it's I would not imagine myself to become a mother just by reading some literature how to nurse my baby if I don't go through this holistic experience myself, if I don't go through this deep roots of reasons, who am I and why I am like that. Because I don't, how do you know what comes out of you? Like for me, it should be surprise, and you know, it's unpreparing. A whole generation is unprepared to be parents right now.
Yeah, I think as I see from friends, as I'm also not a mother yet, but what I see from friends and other women in the groups that I read and everything, Motherhood can always be a bit scared because some people, they prepare themselves a lot, but it is still quite different from what they were expecting. But I think the preparation that they take is this preparation that, of course, we read in the books about how it is going to be with the baby. And what you were saying is that the mother has to prepare herself and to take care of herself.
Yes,
Because when she knows how to take care of herself first, then it will be easier to take care of another person, right?
Yeah, to connect to your own nature, because if you know your own nature, you know that all your thoughts and feelings will affect the child immediately, and you know, okay, why the child is reacting in this way. Then I know I have to, what I need to accord in myself and the environment. So it's a whole new way of looking at things. It's not the child there is separated and they experience their own thing. They experience everything what is in the environment. And I'm really thankful to be able to work with children and to observe all these things since a young age, since I'm 17. It was my first work when I went out from Bulgaria. It was, yeah, it is so, and what actually I learned also from Rochelle, who is all the time inspiring people who don't have children, they should take care and support others who already have children. And I think this is exactly the thing which we spoke in the beginning about living in our society, in a community, to know how to support each other and to make this wholeness so holistic, not only for medicine, but holistic society. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
You're welcome.
One last question. Could you tell us about some client case that has been most interesting or curious so far?
Most interesting, I can't say, because all of them are very deep and very individual, and I'm always fascinated what comes out and the process, how it goes. I can share something which was a little bit surprising also for me, how the reaction of the person was. And it was it's a girl who is very talented, and she had depressive thoughts, a lot of anxiety. So she started to share the things which were coming out were memories about childhood, abusive childhood, difficult stories, heavy stories. And then after some process of catharsis and crying and trying to go deeper in the unconsciousness in order to not see only the situation outside, but to see what is inside. So how is this remembered in the unconsciousness as even sometimes can be something abstract, like an image or a word which is out of the context. And when this thing happens, then I know I'm already in the unconsciousness, and then I go to the mode to connect to the strength of the person, actually, to ask what is the thing which makes you happy, what is, you know, our connection to life and what gives us vitality and meaning and purpose. So after the release, I always try to go in the truth of the human being and to touch the virtues of the person. So she said what I asked her, what do you need in order to feel real happiness in your life? And she just said some things. And then I said, okay, is this different from what you have right now in your life? And then she was like, oh my God. And can you ask again the question? And then it was just an aha moment that she went in her own presence and she connected to her truth, that this thing that makes her happy, it's already there inside of her, you know. So all this cloud of mind, dark thoughts, it just disappeared because she just made connection to her own essence. And this I found so beautiful, yeah, because it was just like, oh, just the question made her realize, oh my God, you know. And for me, I was like, Okay, this was probably the right question. And I was so happy that she was really seeing it and connecting to this, which gives her power and meaning in life. Because when you're depressive, you don't feel energy to do the things which you love, and this is really sad. And she's very talented young girl, so it's such a pity to live a depressive life. So I all the time ask afterwards for dreams, what type of dreams people have, and maybe something interesting happens afterwards in their life. And I can always see that once unblocked some area in the life, something new happens, that they actually find a way to channel this ease with something that they enjoy to do. So she had interesting events full of creativity afterwards, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. I can definitely agree with this, not only because I know that in one session that you were working with me, not only in neurographic, I think it was more when you were making questions around to try to find a good homeopathy for me. You were making questions, and then suddenly so many things started to come. We were in a restaurant together, and I remember that I started to cry, and it was like, wow, I have never realized these details in my life. So it's very interesting. And I can also agree, because I also see some similar things happening in my clients when I have sessions with them. And it's really an amazing experience to suddenly be aware of what do you have and the tools that you have to work on it, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So would you like to tell our the people who are viewing us right now, do you want to give them a message or something? Tell it.
I would like to my message is to try to connect to your nature and to really give time yourself for that, and to not hurry the whole time and take life too serious and make pressure on yourself, but really enjoy yourself and spend time with your beloved people, because this is the most important right now, because the lockdown is not making you more safe. I think community and beloved people around you is what makes us really feel safe, because we are social beings.
That's amazing. Yeah, just want to tell you, because you said to not hurry that much right now in this, the world right now, I think it's so fast that we are all the time in a hurry. And we really have to stop a little bit, right? So that's very important. Stop and enjoy the moment, the present moment. So thank you so much, Videlina.
Thank you, Raquel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was nice, the interview. Thank you for everything, and thanks for all the explanation you gave to us about your job.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
See you.